Welcome to the deep dive. We do the digging so you get the crucial insights without all the noise. And today we're looking at something really interesting, a different way to think about furniture design. It's called salutogenic design.
Exactly. And it's quite a shift. Traditionally, furniture design, chairs, desks, that kind of thing, it's often been about stopping the bad stuff.
Like preventing back pain.
Right. Preventing discomfort, aches. That's the pathogenic approach, focusing on disease or problems. Health is just, well, not being ill.
Okay, so my ergonomic chair, that's kind of pathogenic thinking, trying to stop a problem.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's valuable, of course, but salutogenic design asks a different question entirely. It's not about what makes us sick, but what actually creates health.
Creates health. How so?
It looks at the origins of health, focusing on how we can boost our capacity to cope with stress and, generally thrive, building up well-being, essentially.
That sounds like a much more positive way to look at it. And this idea, it comes from someone called Aaron Antonovsky.
That's right. He pioneered salutogenesis back in the 70s and 80s, and his big idea was something called the sense of coherence, or SOC.
Sense of coherence. Okay, what does that actually mean?
Well, it's the feeling, the deep sense, that life is understandable, manageable, and meaningful.
Understandable, manageable, meaningful. Right.
Yeah, comprehensibility, things make sense, they're predictable. Manageability, you feel you have the resources, internal or external, to meet demands. And meaningfulness, that challenges feel like they're worth engaging with.
So if you have that strong sense of coherence, you're better equipped to handle life's stresses.
Exactly. Antonovsky saw it as a continuum, from ease to ease. A strong SOC helps you move towards that ease end, helps you build resilience.
Okay, but I'm still trying to connect this to, say, a sofa. How does furniture fit in?
Good question. Antonovsky also talked about what he called generalized resistance resources, GRRs. These are the factors that help us cope and build that SOC.
GRRs, like...
Oh, all sorts of things. Financial stability, knowledge, social support, self-esteem, even your physical environment. These resources help us make sense of things, manage challenges, and find meaning.
Ah, okay. So the environment itself can be a resource, and I'm starting to see it. So the mission for this deep dive is really to explore how we can take these salutogenic ideas, SOC, GRRs, and bake them into furniture design.
Precisely. Moving beyond just function and comfort to designing furniture that actively promotes our psychological and social well-being.
Making furniture an active participant in our health. I like that. Okay, let's really unpack that sense of coherence, comprehensibility, manageability, meaningfulness for furniture. Start with comprehensibility. How does a chair become understandable?
It's really about intuitive design. You see a handle, you know it's for pulling. A lever clearly suggests adjusting something. It's about making the function obvious, predictable.
Right, no guesswork involved. It reduces that little bit of mental friction.
Exactly. Yeah. It fosters a sense of order. Think about struggling with flat pack instructions.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of comprehensibility. It creates stress.
Definitely been there. Okay, so clear design helps things make sense. What about manageability? How does furniture help us feel like we can cope, like we have resources?
This is where adaptability and support are key. Think adjustable desks, sit-stand options. Chairs with lumbar support you can actually, adjust to fit you.
Giving you control.
Exactly. Control over your comfort, your immediate environment. Multifunctional pieces, too, like an ottoman with storage. It gives you options, helps manage clutter, it empowers the user. These features act as tangible resources, GRRs, helping you meet your needs.
Okay, so it's about the furniture providing tools and flexibility. Makes sense. Now, meaningfulness. This feels a bit more abstract for an object. How can furniture connect to deeper values or emotions?
It does seem abstract, but think about customization. Choosing colors, materials, configurations that reflect your taste, your values. Maybe you choose sustainable wood because environmentalism is important to you.
Ah, so the materials themselves can carry meaning.
Absolutely. And the aesthetics, does the design evoke a positive feeling? Does it feel good to be around? Also, how furniture enables connection. A comfortable seating arrangement invites social interaction, which is deeply meaningful for most people.
So the furniture can become part of your identity or facilitate things you value, like sustainability or connection.
Precisely. It resonates on a deeper level. So when you design with all three, comprehensibility, manageability, and meaningfulness, furniture starts to actively build that sense of coherence, supporting overall well-being.
Okay, that framework makes a lot of sense. Let's move into how this plays out for our psychological well-being specifically. How can furniture design directly influence things like stress or even positive feelings?
Right. Let's start with stress reduction. The obvious one is physical comfort. Good ergonomic support reduces physical strain, which is a huge stressor for many people.
Can't focus if your back is screaming at you.
Exactly. But it
Yeah.
goes beyond that. Color psychology plays a role. Calming colors, blues, greens, often found in nature used in upholstery or finishes, can actually have a measurable soothing effect.
Interesting. So the color of my chair matters.
It can, yeah. And materials, too. Natural materials, wood, stone, bamboo, and soft textures like wool or linen, they create warmth, a connection to nature, which is inherently stress-reducing for us.
That tactile element.
hmm And maximizing natural light, maybe arranging furniture so it doesn't block windows. Integrated storage is huge, too, reducing clutter, which reduces mental load. Even just arranging furniture in shared spaces to give people a bit of personal territory can lower social stress. These are all ways furniture acts as a GRR, buffering against stressors.
So creating a calm, uncluttered, naturally inspired environment. What about the flip side, actively fostering positive
Yeah,
emotions?
different strategies there. Brighter, warmer colors, yellows, oranges can be uplifting. And interestingly, research suggests rounded shapes in furniture, curves rather than sharp angles, tend to feel more welcoming, maybe associated with safety or social bonding.
So softer shapes feel friendlier.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And as we touched on with meaningfulness, furniture that aligns with your personal style, that feels you, just brings inherent joy. Opportunities to personalize, to display meaningful objects on shelves or surfaces that strengthens positive connections to your space.
Making it feel like home, not just a functional box.
Exactly. And flexible, multifunctional furniture can also contribute here. If your furniture easily adapts to different activities, work, hobbies, relaxing it can foster feelings of creativity and satisfaction.
Right, a sense of possibility. Okay, so we've got stress reduction and positive emotions. What about that crucial feeling of comfort and control?
Again, adjustability is king here. An easily adjustable chair or desk gives you direct, tangible control over your physical state. That's empowering.
You're not just stuck with whatever the default setting is.
Precisely. And the layout matters. Thoughtful furniture placement that allows for easy movement, clear pathways. It creates a sense of ease, reduces frustration, using furniture to define zones for different activities. A reading nook, a work area, enhances organization and purpose, which also boosts that feeling of being in control.
It sounds like these elements work together: less stress, more positive feelings, more control, all contributing to better psychological health.
Exactly. The furniture stops being just a passive object and becomes an active tool for enhancing your mental and emotional state.
Now let's broaden the view again. We've talked about individual psychology, but what about how furniture shapes our social lives, our interactions?
Ah, yes, the social dimension is fascinating. There are concepts like sociopedal and sociofugal design. Sociopedal design encourages interaction, brings people together.
Sociopedal, like pulling people in.
Yeah, think circular seating arrangements where everyone can see each other. Communal tables in cafes or offices. In homes, maybe an open-plan kitchen and living area with seating that faces inwards, inviting conversation.
So the layout actively encourages connection.
Right, and furniture contributes hugely to a sense of belonging. When you can personalize your space, maybe with modular furniture you arrange yourself, it fosters ownership. Comfortable, welcoming furniture sends a message of inclusion. This space is for you. You're valued here. Flexibility is key too, showing the space can adapt to different needs and people.
It's like the furniture saying, welcome, make yourself comfortable.
Exactly. But we don't always want to be social, do we? Sometimes we need space, quiet. That's where sociofugal design comes in.
Sociofugal, pushing people apart or allowing for separation.
More allowing for separation and privacy. Think quiet zones in an office, maybe with high-backed armchairs that create a little cocoon, using screens or partitions, having comfortable spots away from the main flow where someone can read or focus or just recharge.
So it's not just about forcing interaction, but also respecting the need for solitude.
Absolutely crucial. The best environments find a balance. You need those communal sociopedal spaces, but also those private sociofugal retreats. Flexible furniture, movable screens, they help spaces adapt. Achieving that balance is key for a truly salutogenic social environment, one that supports the whole range of our social needs.
That makes total sense. You need both the buzz and the quiet corner. Okay, let's layer in another really important idea. Biophilia, our connection to nature. How does bringing nature into furniture design enhance these salutogenic effects?
Oh, massively. Biophilia taps into something really fundamental. The biophilia hypothesis suggests we have an innate need to connect with nature. So using natural materials in furniture is a direct way to do this.
Like the wood and stone you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. Wood, bamboo, rattan, cork, stone, ground stone. They bring warmth, texture, sense of grounding. It just feels different, less artificial, and that reduces stress.
There's an authenticity to it.
Right. And it's not just materials. Organic shapes, curves that mimic forms found in nature, think leaves, waves, flowing lines, these can create a subconscious sense of harmony and positive feeling.
So avoiding harsh, purely geometric forms.
Often, yes. Or balancing them. You can even integrate living nature directly into furniture. Desks with built-in planters, shelving designed for plants, trellises. This improves air quality, sure, but visually it adds vitality, reduces stress.
Bringing life literally into the furniture.
And don't forget placement. Arranging furniture to maximize views of nature outside or to capture natural light that has a huge impact on mood and even cognitive function.
It's like borrowing the benefits of the outdoors.
Exactly. Stephen Kellert, a key figure in biophilic design, outlined principles that apply beautifully here, using natural materials, incorporating natural shapes and forms, using natural patterns like botanical motifs.
Like a leaf pattern on fabric.
Precisely. Also, optimizing light and space, connecting the design to the local place or ecology if possible, and even creating that sense of prospect and refuge, like a cozy chair offering a wide view but also a sense of enclosure. Applying these principles really nurtures that human-nature connection and amplifies the health benefits we're aiming for with salutogenic design.
So biophilia isn't just an add-on, it's a powerful amplifier for well-being within this salutogenic approach. Okay, one more theoretical lens to look through. Affordance theory. James J. Gibson's idea. How does that fit in?
Affordance theory is about what the environment or an object offers the individual the possibilities for action it provides. A chair affords sitting. A handle affords pulling.
So what the object allows you to do.
Yes. And ideally, good design makes these affordances clear, intuitive. This links directly back to comprehensibility and salutogenesis. You understand what you can do. And manageability, the object, enables you to act effectively.
So a well-designed piece of furniture should almost tell you how to use it for your well-being.
In a way, yes. And Don Norman added the idea of perceived affordances. It's not just what it can do, but what you think it can do based on its appearance.
Ah, so the design keys need to be really clear.
Exactly. For salutogenic furniture, the health-promoting aspects need to be perceivable. The adjustability should be obvious. The comfort should be apparent. It needs to look and feel like it supports your well-being.
Making the healthy choice the easy, intuitive choice.
Precisely. So using clear visual cues, signifiers, is important. A lever's shape might suggest how it moves. Ergonomic curves guide your posture. The interaction should feel seamless. And ideally, the furniture affords multiple health-promoting actions, like a desk that easily affords both sitting and standing, or a chair that affords subtle movement.
So affordance theory helps us make the health benefits really practical and easy to access, reinforcing that sense of understanding and control the SOC.
You got it. It makes the furniture an active, understandable partner in your well-being.
Okay, we've woven together salutogenesis, biophilia, affordance theory. It's a rich picture. Can we try and synthesize this into a kind of practical framework? What are the core principles for designing truly salutogenic furniture?
I think we can boil it down to 5 key principles. First, enhance environmental comprehensibility. Make the furniture understandable, predictable.
Simple assembly, clear controls, obvious function.
Got it. Second, empower user manageability. Provide resources, adaptability, control. Think adjustable features, modularity, support for different postures. Give the user agency.
Right, letting people tailor it to their needs. What's third?
Third, cultivate meaningful connections. Connect with values, emotions, social interaction, nature. So customization, sustainable materials, aesthetics that resonate, designs that facilitate positive social dynamics.
Making it personal and connected. Okay.
Fourth, foster biophilic integration. Intentionally bring in natural materials, shapes, patterns, light, plants. Nurture that connection to nature.
Bring the outside in, essentially. And the last one.
Fifth, support social ecology, especially in shared spaces. Carefully balance the need for interaction with the need for privacy. Sociopedal and sociofugal working together.
So designing for both community and solitude. That feels like a really solid, holistic framework.
Yeah, it brings those different threads together into a practical approach for designers, moving beyond just function to really fostering health.
This has been fascinating. It really shifts the perspective, doesn't it? From furniture just being stuff we use or stuff that might hurt us if it's badly designed, to seeing it as something that can actively promote our well-being.
Absolutely. It's a move from focusing purely on preventing the negative to actively cultivating the positive psychological health, social connection, resilience. Integrating salutogenesis, biophilia, affordance theory gives us powerful tools to do that.
And it feels like there's still a lot more to explore here.
Oh, definitely. Research can dig deeper into quantifying the effects of specific biophilic elements, how furniture design impacts social inclusion, developing new sustainable and health-promoting materials. Long-term studies are needed, too, to really track the impact.
Lots of potential for innovation. Well, this certainly gives us all something to think about. As you go about your day, maybe take a moment to look at the furniture around you at home, at work.
Yeah, consider how its design might be influencing your sense of coherence, your stress levels, your connections, your overall well-being, maybe in ways you hadn't noticed before.
And perhaps think about whether any small changes could make your environment feel a little more supportive, a bit more salutogenic. Definitely food for thought. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.